Okay, the last thing we're going to do on here is I just want you guys to do this practice problem. Once you guys get finished with this practice problem, we have one more type of problem that we're going to run through just to make sure you guys understand how you're doing it. So if you guys would pause the video, test this one out, see how you guys do on it. Okay, so go ahead and pause that video now. All right, hopefully you guys have that video paused. So we are dealing with this h of t function that equals t squared minus 2t. So in this case here, instead of an x, we have a t, but everywhere that t was, there's now a 2. Okay, so it was t squared minus 2t, but what do we have plugged in for that t? We have a 2. So everywhere that there was that t, we are going to be plugging in a 2. So let's go ahead and simplify then. H of t equals, or h of 2 equals 2 squared, which is 4, minus 2 times 2, which is also 4, and 4 minus 4 is 0. So h of 2 equals 0. Not too bad. Okay. Next one here, it's going to be a little bit trickier. Okay. Instead of h of t equaling the t just being a 2, we are now going to be substituting in an x plus 2. So instead of a t squared, I'm going to have an x plus 2 squared, and minus 2 times, I'm going to have another x plus 2. So everywhere that there was a t, there is now an x plus 2. Okay, so the part that's going to get you guys, x plus 2 squared, remember, that does not work. That is not the correct answer. X plus 2 squared means that you are taking x plus 2 times itself. Okay, so don't forget, you've got to write all that out. X times x gives me x squared. X times a positive 2 gives me plus 2x. Positive 2 and x gives me a plus 2x. Positive 2 and 2 gives me 4. Okay, of course, you also need to distribute your negative 2 in here, so that gives me a negative 2x minus 4. Just bring that down, negative 2x minus 4. Okay, combine all my like terms. So I've got my x squared. It's the only x squared term I have. I've got a positive 2x, a positive 2x, and a negative 2x. So that would give me just a positive 2x. And then I've got a positive 4 and a negative 4, which would end up canceling. So h of x plus 2 equals x squared. Oh my, I'm going to be getting yelled at for forgetting that squared there. Okay, but main reason I wanted to show you guys that was for this specific example here. Remember, when you have a binomial squared, okay, you have to rewrite it out so that you can FOIL. Okay, now one more additional problem that we need to cover. Okay, and I think these are kind of fun. We are given f of x equals 2x cubed plus ax squared plus 4x minus 5. We are also given that f of 2 equals 5. They want to know what is a. So you guys are trying to figure out what is that coefficient that is in front of the x squared. So we're given some information here. For example, the first thing that we're given is that f of 2 equals 5. F of 2 equals 5. Well, if I'm given f of 2, that tells me that all of my x values equal 2. Okay? So I could also write, if f of 2 equals 5, I could also write that f of 2 is 2, and then instead of an x, we'd be plugging in a 2 here, cubed, plus a, and then again, instead of an x, we'd plug in a 2 squared, plus a 4, instead of an x, we would be plugging in a 2, minus 5. Okay, so again, we had our x here, and then all these other x's get that 2 plugged in for them. Okay, now, I really don't need to see this part anymore because I'm trying to solve for my a. So I really don't need that. I know that 5, oops, wrong marker again. I know that 5 equals this whole big long thing here. So now I'm just going to simplify. 2 times, I've got to do the exponent first, so that's 8, okay, plus a times 2 squared is 4, plus 4 times 2 is 8, minus 5, okay? And now I'm just working my way down, simplifying everything. 5 equals 2 times 8 is 16. Instead of a times 4, I'm going to write that as 4a. My positive 8, my negative 5 will give me a positive 3. You can combine your 16 and your 3 together, gives you 19 plus 4a. Okay, and all I'm doing now is I'm just working down, I'm just solving. Get my 19 over to the other side, gives me a negative 14 equals 4a. Divide both sides by 4, and I find that my a equals negative 7/2. They want to know what a is. Here is what a is. Okay, I've got one more example down below that I want you guys to try on your own. So try this on your own, and then I'm going to pause the video, or you guys will pause the video so you can try it. Okay, hopefully you guys have that paused here. I've got g of negative 1 equals negative 10. Okay, so negative 1 needs to be plugged in for all of my x's. So all of my x's are going to have a negative 1 plugged in for them. Okay, so going about solving this then negative 1 to the 4th power is a positive 1. I guess I really don't need those parentheses there, sorry. It's just a positive 1. Minus 2 times negative 1 squared. That negative 1 squared gives me a positive 1. Minus b, because b times negative 1 is a negative b, minus 6. 1 minus 2 minus b minus 6. Now, what does that g of negative 1 equal? Well, that would be equaling a negative 10. Okay, g of negative 1 is just negative 10. Plugging in that negative 10. Okay, combining my like terms, I've got 1 and negative 2 gives me negative 1, and then a negative 6 gives me a negative 7. So I have a negative 7 minus b equals negative 10. Finish up solving this equation. Add 7, add 7. So I get negative 3 equals negative b, and we are almost done. We just need to multiply that times the negative 1 to get rid of that negative on the b, and I end up with b equaling 3. Okay, and that is all we have. That is an additional question. That type of question, we'll practice it a little bit, and that question will be on your test as well.